Therapy Talks with Taylor is a series dedicated to educating, inspiring, and uplifting others on different topics related to mental health. This series is designed to be transparent, authentic, and provide a safe space to discuss different topics. And I am your host, Taylor Preche, multi passionate entrepreneur. I am a registered mental health counselor intern in the state of Florida, proud owner of a Change Within, providing therapy services to individuals, couples, and families. I provide mental health workshops to local organizations and programs to educate others about mental health topics. Host of this here series, Therapy Talks with Taylor, on YouTube and different podcast sites. And additionally, I create mental health resources and apparel to create awareness and develop coping skills outside of the session. So come along and join in on today's topic. Hi, welcome. Today's episode on Therapy Talks with Taylor is don't write plans in permanent marker and how to use a pencil to write instead. And so when I say this, it is a concept that kind of goes against what our cultural norm has been. And when I say cultural norm, I think about the United States as a whole, American culture, American society. And I came up with this topic because a lot of my clients for the last few weeks, few months have been on this theme of time is ever elusive and I'm not going to get all my plans done. And so I developed this thing where it says, wait, we don't need to write in permanent markers for our plans. Writing in pencil is better suited for us. Because what happens when we write our plans in permanent marker? It becomes set in stone. It becomes concrete. It becomes that I need to get it done exactly as I written it out. And if it doesn't happen that way, I am lost. I am stuck. I spiral, whether it's a highly anxious moment and my thoughts becomes incoherent or I'm ruminating or I'm cycling, whether it translates into a depressive episode of despair and non-functioning and can't do anything but curl up in a ball and cry. So it's being careful of this tendency for us as humans, particularly in the American society, to make everything set in stone because life doesn't happen like that. Just think about that. When you are setting plans, you think of time and change. Two words that elicit so much fear in people, and particularly in our younger category of people that I have to get everything done in a certain amount of time, in a certain amount of way, with a certain criteria and requirements. And that creates an internalized pressure. It creates this need to perform it and need to get it right, quote unquote, in the first attempt. And it doesn't allow room to grow. And it creates this constraint. So we might find ourselves spiraling easily when things don't go our way. And it allows us to stay pigeonholed, if you will, with this mentality of, I have to do it exactly like this. I have to apply to grad school in this way, or I have to do this job in this way, or I have to have this life plan of married with kids, with a house and a dog in the suburbs, or whatever criteria, that norm has been thrown at us. And it may not fit our needs at this time. And it doesn't allow flexibility. I equate this a lot with some of my clients this week of life has chaos. Now you may think like, how does chaos has anything to do with plans and making plans? That's not why I'm listening. Well, stick with me, stick with me. So this idea of chaos, I kind of go back to my scientific roots because I was a science major before about entropy in the state of chaos that is naturally occurring, that things are not rigid in order and structure. There is changes that happen at random and spontaneously. And so if we apply this concept to our human life pattern, it's allowing us to identify that in life, it is not a straight linear line. In life, the things that we set in place do not always stay there because there is natural chaos that is thrown away. Now, I'm not saying complete anarchy chaos is that's not healthy in a sense, but to know that life will alter its path for us at random, and oftentimes when we least suspect it, that's factual and true. And us being as humans, it's allowing us to go with that change. And it's scary. There is a level of fear with going with the path that we have not predicted, we have not planned out, we have not prepared for. And it's hard. It means that we have to be, and again, this is a word that a lot of my clients know I use, vulnerable. Vulnerability is key in allowing us to be flexible with this change and this, little dose of chaos that life throws our way. And in essence, is teaching us that we have to be able to use pencil when we're planning our lives, that this need to fixate on perfection, the need to write in permanent marker has to go away. Otherwise, we're going to hit a wall every time that changes happen at random, and or where there's something that we don't plan in our foreseeable future to happen. Like for me and my family, we had to adjust our family roles and dynamics due to, family medical concerns. We did not plan this as a family to have that. We did not foresee that happening in this timeline. However, I had to grab my little pencil, erase some of the plans I had set for my fall of this year, and redraw out how my life looks. Now, if I had written in permanent marker, I would be crumbling. I'll be stressed. I'll be tearful. I'll be, in a frenzy because I don't know what to do next. Because the thing written out on has to happen in this time frame is not happening. And that's why I encourage all my clients, especially those out there listening who may not be my official clients, but I think you're all my clients who listen in, that we need to apply pencil with our plans, because applying pencils to our plans instead of permanent markers allow us to adjust to the natural changes that can occur. So in life, we will have natural changes that pop up. We don't know what life has in the future. How much we focus on planning out and figuring out and ironing out all the details to the T, life will come and say, hey, got you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. And you can either jump on board, go along the ride and readjust, or we can stay stuck and fixated and despair. And we don't want that. We want to be able to adjust our sails, adjust our plans, adjust our lives to where we can still march forward. Now, when I say adjust our lives, I don't mean to ignore the emotions that come up when things don't go our way. That's not the intent here. The intent is to recognize that our plans are shifting, acknowledge the emotions that come up, process some of the underlying, triggers that we are experiencing, but be able to find that next step on this uncharted path and know that it's scary, it's unknown, but ultimately it will be okay. that ultimately that if we continue adjusting and maneuvering, we will move forward in a way that becomes more clear.